are fighting for survival within ourselves, and that's when our ego rises. We're in a consciousness where we are just being selfish. We're thinking about how can I get mine? And when we're in that consciousness, it's hard to think about other people and what they need.
What's up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling so good. This is absolute chaos. Like, I literally feel like I'm in a video game. It's amazing that this place actually exists.
She's getting married. She's a bride.
The energy was just like woo, everywhere, you know, the colors and the people and the traffic and the honking, and you just wanted to stop and shop and talk to people and get to know people and be in the culture. But the reality is we're trying to catch a sunset salutation here and just really breathe into the Ganges. So we're going to try and settle in a moment and right here in this gorgeous spiritual space.
I don't think they want them in the
Sacred.
They don't want them in the shots.
Oh my goodness, we're here.
You know, we were going down the streets, and the streets started getting narrower and narrower, and it was so beautiful because this magical place in the middle of Varanasi was bringing up these monks, these wonderful bodhisattvas, a training ground for bodhisattvas.
Like making like little yogis, like the stable part of society that can keep everybody centered. That's all it is.
I really do believe that all children start doing yoga at a young age. If you watch children, they're beautiful. They move like a yogi. And we lose that as we get older because we become more conscious, we become more stiff, we become more rigid. So I really have to give my mom credit for bringing me back to a practice that I think everyone starts with.
1 second, Peter.
So we're all gonna go around and say hello to each other. But we're gonna only say hello with our eyes and laughter and our hands crossed. Hands folded like this. Cool? Yeah. Around everybody, whoever you know too. You guys ready? Yeah. Okay? It's kind of like this. We're gonna go like this. Okay.
Rishi with his laughter yoga, I just want to be smiling and laughing, even just thinking about it. It's amazing. It was awesome to see these young children laughing and smiling and just coming into their own self.
Andrew, he is just straight up beast mode, that's for sure. That man he can do it all. He can do it all. He is an inspiration to yoga itself.
Amy that woman is so strong. But the beauty in her that I see is she has this magnificent strength, but this tenderness. And I think the world needs more of that, more women like that, more men like that.
Inhale. Exhale, baby lift. Hover the palms, engage, press down on your feet. Nice.
Bring your gaze directly in between your hands as you sink your hips towards the mat. Nice deep inhale here. Exhale, hands come to heart center.
Doesn't matter whether you're a teacher or not, you get to be a student. So even as a teacher, to be a student of 3 wonderful beings, it's awesome.
May everybody here be filled with love and mercy and gratitude and blessings.
As water takes the shape of its container, the mind, when it contemplates an object, is transformed into the shape of that object. The mind which thinks of the all-pervading divinity which it worships is ultimately, through long continuous devotion, transformed into the likeliness of that divinity. When oil is poured from one vessel to another, one can observe the steady, constant flow. When the flow of concentration is uninterrupted, that state that arises is dhyana, also known as meditation.
I started to suffer from anxiety from a very young age, but I didn't realize that it was anxiety until I was older. And so when I started to get into yoga, it started to soothe me when I was upset. I would find that I would take little cues that I would find in teacher training or my other yoga classes, like deep breath in through your nose and big belly breaths to soothe myself, to take me away from that stimulus that was so chaotic at the moment and bring me back to a state of peace.
I think most people who come to yoga come with some sort of internal pain. I know that's how I got into weight training and how I got into yoga. And I think it's the darkness inside of us and the pain that we've experienced that allows us to be compassionate, loving human beings, because that's what we wanted. We wanted that compassion, we wanted that love for ourselves. And when we're in a community where we can express what we wanted to others, it's a powerful thing.
This journey, just going through all these places, have definitely let me feel more, that there is more. We hold on to so much as humans and as people. Being someone who has PTSD, it has been much more enlightening to me. It reminds me a lot of the connections you build in the service. Those are the ones you don't let go.
We've traveled to all these places in India, and some of them have construction going on, like the Taj Mahal. And when we were into the Bodhi tree, there's construction going on there. It almost seems that all of us have construction going on within each of us. And that interaction between us through this trip has revealed that construction that we have, because we've had to put on different archetypes, we've had to play different roles, and learn how to interact with other people who are bouncing off of that. So it truly is yoga of personality, the yoga of relationships that we're experiencing.
So know yourself. Buddha says, know yourself, love yourself, observe yourself. So observe yourself right now. Do you struggle to sit still, like most of us? Do you struggle to sit in silence and to be with yourself? Most of us, the answer is yes. So I challenge you right now for 30 seconds to do nothing at all. No fidgeting, just breathing, hopefully no thinking, right? Just empty mind. And just melt, 30 seconds. I feel that yoga is thought as the process of, oh, how strong are you? How many chaturangas can you do? How long can you hold your handstand? But the reality is, how strong can you be in your mind? How flexible can you be in your mind? Because the more flexible and strength we have in the inside, in our mind, our mental capacity, then we have the external, comes more alive, it becomes more vibrant, it becomes more accessible.
It's the continuous challenge of pushing ourselves to the limit while at the same time being compassionate for ourselves so that we can build our joy and build our self-exploration to thus be able to help others find theirs. One more.
Ready? We got you. We need you. Your legs are straight. Jetta, you've got to straighten. Straighten your leg. Straighten. Good. Jack, talk to us. Yes, great.
I implore everyone, anybody, to expand their perspective, however it is, whether it's through reading, whether it's through travel, whether it's through meeting new people, or going and being a part of a tribe who are trying to achieve something greater.
Where are you going? In the mandir?
Every single moment with every person was so present, so honest, so real, and so powerful that I can't think of one time throughout this trip that I wasn't excited and happy and feeling in love with the moment.
I really appreciate the group of people that we have because they are strong, they're vulnerable, and it's with this kind of community that we can all share love and share ideas and share a vision. And being in India has been extremely powerful because it really gives me perspective coming from the Western world.
India is a different place. If you're very comfortable in your life, it's the perfect place to practice non-attachment, to practice embracing and loving, and words just can't even describe it.
This is the most phenomenal trip of my life.
At the sunset, and 5 times a day, there's a meditation that the Muslims do here at the Taj Mahal, and at every religious place, any religious affiliation of Islam. And this is like a beautiful display of a different kind of yoga. They sing and feel their connection to God through their vibration and the calling out to God. So you can kind of hear it very, very faintly, and it's resonating through the Taj Mahal right now. Beautiful.
What struck me is how in the Indian culture, not only do we talk about death, but we celebrate it. We come together as a unified people who don't see death as something to fear as much as a natural part of the life cycle and life process. And so to be out on hand-carved little vessels and watching how many people came together, lighting candles and placing flowers in the water with their candles, it moved me in a way that made me feel like I was a part of something almost that I can't find words to put to. And I thought about my children, and I thought about the meaning of my life as an individual and the meaning of my life as a member of a greater body of humanity.
Lord Shiva, Yogesh, Lord Krishna, they have all given the knowledge about yoga. Yoga is not only the exercise by which you can move your body in some asanas like this, but yoga is the connection. Everywhere, people are running behind job, behind many things like house, bungalow, luxurious life, deluxe life, blah, blah, blah. But they don't want to understand their own self. And this answer can never be found except Veda and Smriti Puranas.
Brahmaro, Ahini, Vidya, Dahararthe, Vishnupade, Krishveta, Varahakalpe.
Alors, j'ai découvert récemment que le yoga, ça venait de la racine sanskrit qui veut dire yuj. Yuj qui veut dire en fait deux. Donc selon moi, ce que veut dire le yoga, c'est donc il faut dans un premier temps être un, qui est le maître, le teacher, celui qui crée, et juj qui est deux, le second, celui qui va être l'étudiant, celui qui va être le student. Donc en quelque sorte, pour pouvoir pratiquer le yoga, il faut avoir en a priori une personne qui va nous montrer un peu le chemin, qui va nous donner en quelque sorte les clés de ces connaissances.
Everything that we learn on the mat, we feel focused, we feel divine, we're fully accessed, and there's always a peace that comes. So when we talk about going off the mat, sometimes you go off the mat and you forget it, and you want to go into ego, and I want this, I want that, and you start, conflicting with your neighbors. But what we say is take your practice off the mat. Take all those things that you learn and apply them when you go out into the world, and that is true yoga.
In fact, he brought up somebody who was really important as well. We did his position. So, he kind of this is almost like his spiritual, he sent out his, he gave his accords, and then everybody went out, right? And they went off to teach the lessons, right? So it's kind of like we have this wonderful opportunity here today
to be also ambassadors now, again, for Buddha, right? So there's an opportunity for us to almost channel Buddha right now. Like we can actually bring Buddha into this circle, right?
Let's do it.
So can we get down with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
As a nurse, I really feel like yoga has helped me in more ways than I could ever imagine. I see people that can't do things that we do every day and we take them for granted, and it just makes me feel really grateful, and I just hope that I can help spread that to other people who really need it.
It's so important that people here go back to their roots and rediscover this beautiful practice. And hopefully the Yoga for Change trip will have served as inspiring people, because we've had people smiling and laughing and fascinated at seeing and watching people perform yoga in these sacred sites.
Yoga is a love for yourself, and once you really fully cultivate that love, you can extend it through your actions, your words, and your deeds. More than that, yoga is this practice, which many times is physical, many times is breath work, but it helps us cultivate this unity within us so we can move and speak and act from our true self.
You're lovely.
If we want to change this world, there's only one way, and that's yoga, because yoga has no limitations. It has no boundaries, no rules about caste and color and gender. It's for everybody, no matter who. And all these politicians can do what they like, but it's not going to change the world.
Finding the balance, it's the balance in between life of the ebb and flow of things that are happening all the time.
Yoga to me is the complete embodiment and unification of our minds, our bodies, and our spirits.
Yoga allows you not just to strengthen your body and your mind, but allows you to flow with the currents of life.
Yoga helps you find balance, and everyone needs to find balance.
Before it was entirely the physical practice. Now it's more of a way of thinking, a lens through which to see the world.
Yoga for Change is a very nice initiative to integrate Buddhist pilgrimage and yoga, because Buddha was a yogi, and many of these Buddhist monasteries in Indian subcontinent at that time, in first millennia, yoga was a part of their curriculum. So it's a very beautiful initiative, and my best wishes with this group and this initiative, that it comes up strongly, and we have more of such people who are doing yoga.
Thank you.